25th of October. And guess what? In 2019, specifically in Angola, in Tanzania rather, when the country was then led by John Pombe Magufuli, the SADC leadership decided to actually mischaracterize the problem of Zimbabwe, and what they did, they sanctioned the 25th of October to be called an anti-sanctions day that would then be celebrated by what that would actually be mounted by all countries, not celebrated rather, that would be commemorated, I don't know, on every 25th of October, hoping put pressure to the United States of America, as well as the European Union and other countries that decided to impose targeted, let me clearly clarify, it's called targeted sanctions. It's not sanctions against the people of Zimbabwe. It is targeting ZANU PF leaders. And how did these sanctions come about? It came as a result of ZANU PF conducting fraudulent elections. It came as a result of ZANU PF killing the people of Zimbabwe during elections who decided to exercise their political actually rights to belong to a political party of their choice. And this is what attracted sanctions. When ZANU PF was using state machinery, and it has been using state machinery to suppress the people of Zimbabwe. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. Today, ZANU PF, not Zimbabwe, because I know the people of Zimbabwe do not actually commemorate this. They know, what are these targeted sanctions, and also they understand that the economy of Zimbabwe is not where it is because of sanctions, but rather the economy of Zimbabwe, it is where it is because of grand looting by ZANU PF cronies. How do you explain a country whereby about 15 billion US dollars disappears from the state coffers that are meant to be on the state coffers? They are nowhere to be located. How do you explain the country whereby the tender system is given to individuals such as Wicknell Chivayo, Gudawashe Chagwire, and these individuals pocket their money? Their job is to get tenders. They don't deliver on tenders. They then go ahead and share the money they would have received with the government cronies. And then you expect this country to develop, even if these sanctions were to be scrapped with the kind of leadership that Zimbabwe is having under ZANU PF, it is going nowhere. And there is high probability that if Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa continues to push for the for banning of elections in Zimbabwe, as this is what ZANU PF is working on. It is working on banning the elections. It is working, in fact, it has already started banning opposition political parties. For example, CCC, you see how it was destroyed through Sengezo Chabang. These, amongst others, are the problems, the real problems confronting Zimbabwe, that is making Zimbabwe not to progress. Zimbabwe is under a dictator. Zimbabwe is under the leadership that does not respect human rights. Zimbabwe is under the leadership that does not actually respect democratic processes. Zimbabwe is under the leadership that actually has monopolized state institutions and they are using state institutions to actually push a narrow political agenda. So the useless SADC understands also that ZANU PF conduct free, fair, and credible elections, as they highlighted in their report of 2023 elections, that these elections were unconstitutional. But the very same double standard SADC, it is busy, by the way, as we have noticed over the years, it is busy dining with ZANU PF. Ironically, they are calling for the removal of these sanctions because they don't care about the people of Zimbabwe. People of Zimbabwe have been languishing in poverty. They have been crying for years. What do SADC leaders do? Because most of them, they are given mines to mine in Zimbabwe. They are given companies to exploit in Zimbabwe. So they love the current status quo. They don't care about how Zimbabweans feel and how Zimbabweans actually suffer. So this is, to Zimbabweans, just another ordinary day. You would not see the country united in calling off these sanctions, because they know these sanctions matter. In fact, more sanctions should be added so that pressure is mounted on ZANU PF to respect democratic processes, on ZANU PF to respect the people of Zimbabwe, on ZANU PF to allow the people of Zimbabwe to choose political parties of their choice, to vote for the political parties that they prefer. So this day is actually, I mean, one of the fraudulent decisions that have been made by SADC. It is an anti-people day, especially looking at Zimbabwe, and no one actually even mark this day on his or her calendar. It's just like any other day. If there is anything, this is a SADC and a ZANU PF day, which all these institutions have actually connived to oppress the languishing people of Zimbabwe. That is the reality. So we are seeing it, the trend, we are seeing the issue of sanctions must go trending, because ZANU PF has a machinery. It buys cell phones for its youths to push propaganda. If you look at the people who are making this trend, it is the Marakashi, and these are paid trolls, specifically by ZANU PF. If they want something to trend, they can easily do it. So it's a state that is running a machine to oppress and actually to control public narrative. And this is a state that is crying of sanctions. Sanctions are an intervention to better the lives of the people of Zimbabwe. As long as ZANU PF has not taken measures to actually grant the people of Zimbabwe freedom, to allow free, fair, and credible elections, not to control ZEC, not to use state institutions such as the military to push the nefarious agenda of ZANU PF, as well as the Zimbabwe Republic Police. If we reach that level, then I mean, sanctions will actually automatically go on their own. They are in place because of an oppressive ZANU PF mafia that has decided to hold Zimbabweans hostage. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we film live,